Come on, Tim, smile. You look like a biker. Or the evil guy. Like Andy thinks you look. Make sure that I'm in here. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. My name is Tanya Baronic. I'm going to do a speech on the French structural education system. So by the conclusion of this presentation, the audience will be able to explain the French educational system. The French education system consists of three stages of structure: primary, secondary, and higher education. Have you ever wondered what the education system is in another country? And did you know that 21% of the national budget in France is used on education? And they have a 99% literacy rate. I got that from A Guide in 2018. At the conclusion of my presentation, you will understand the 5 structures of education in France. So the 5 structures of education is primary school, which is ages 6 to 10, lower secondary, which is ages 11 to 14, upper secondary, which is ages 15 to 17, vocational, which is 15 to 17, and professional, which is 17 to 19. They do offer nursery school at the age of 2, and their kindergarten program is ages 3 to 5, and that is not part of their structure. And that is from Welcome to France 2018. So France is divided into 30 districts where the policies are carried out. They are presided over by a rectorship or by a rector, and that rector gets a seat on the rectorship. They're appointed by the state as an official rep of Minister of Education. I got that from France Structure of 2018. The French Ministry of National Education, Youth and Community Life is the one who sets the national curriculum, from French Structure 2018. Every kid the age of 6 through 16 is required to go to school. The language that they learn is French. Their school runs from September until the end of June. They go to school from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. They do have half days on Wednesdays, but they are going to possibly start Saturday school as well. Got that information from France Structure 2018. So that was the history of France education. So we'll now take a deeper look into the stages of their education system. So they have the 3 stages of education. So their primary is for 5 years. Their secondary, their lower secondary, they go for 4 years. Upper secondary is 3 years. However, they can pursue other types of diplomas under the vocational and academic programs from France, or from Study France 2018. We will talk more about the history in detail. With having the 30 district policies that are carried out, they have a system divided into university sector, large school sector for student enrollment that started in 1968. And the large school sector is more of like their universities and their higher education. That information came from France Described 2016. So their students get 60 to 90 minute lunch. If they choose to stay at school, they are fed a gourmet meal where they get main dish, and their main dishes have meat, fruits, vegetables, bread. They also get dessert with every one of their meals, and they eat that in their canteen. Or they do have the option they can go home for lunch every day if they would like. They're with their educational system, they get 2 weeks off every 6 weeks, and they don't offer sports or any extracurricular activities. So you have to go outside of the school district if you want your kids to play sports or do any other type of activity. They also don't do class parties for holidays. So every holiday they include that into their curriculum. They don't do any extra parties like we're used to. And they also don't give awards out to students. So every student does not get a special award on their birthday. They don't get a special, the whole class doesn't get a special award for being good that day. They don't believe in that system. So, and that information is from Bettina, 2014. So the main language they study is French, but they also do have to learn another foreign language, and they also have to learn math. Those are the core classes that they have to take. But they also do study history, geography, science, physics, chemistry, arts, math. They have to know the history of France and the history of Europe, as well as the history of the rest of the world. And that's from France Structure of 2018. Their grading system goes from 0 to 20, with 16 being very good. 10 is the minimum to pass. Anything below 10 is failing. So the breakdown of the 3 stages of education. So their primary, which is 5 years, that is grade 1st through 5th, with kindergarten being completely separated with the 3 to 5 year age. Their secondary, the students are able to receive college certificates in high school in their secondary. They have to have, so they go through a study and they have a big, huge final exam that they have to study for. Once they pass that final exam, then they can go on. So that's where they can start these vocational academic programs between 15 and 17, because they take that big exam and then they can go on at that point in time. And they can have, after the exam they receive their baccalaureate, and then they also have the option of going for the vocational or professional degree. So with the vocational and professional, that is ages 15 to 17 for the vocational. The professional is ages 17 to 19. The vocational program is 2 years. They have an option to go for an extra year to get their license. They also have the academic diploma. And there's 3 different types of higher education system. They have the university, specialized schools, and the large schools. Some of those schools are private, but most of them are not a private school. And they're able to receive their license. They can get their master's, even their doctorate. And that's from Study in France, 2018. So let's do a little bit of a recap. With the 99% literacy rate, I think other countries need to look at their education model. There's lacking in other countries for literacy is the big thing, and that's the only country I'm aware of that has that high of a literacy rate. They start school at a much younger age. They learn so much more at a much younger age, and they're able to get out into the world at a little bit of a younger age or have a degree so they can move on to bigger and broader things. Thank you so much.
Maybe turn off
Okay, so if everyone can say that they're 18, all at one time. 1, 2, 3.
I'm over 18.
Come on.
I'm 18.
The whole time. I told you to look.